Good morning, Gallup School. My name is Jimmy.
And I'm Beth. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would everyone please remain standing for a moment of silence?
Good morning, Colonel. Would everyone please raise their right hand and repeat the bark pledge with us? I promise to be accepting, responsible, and kind. Everyone can now be seated. Let's go over to our weather center. What's going on outside today, Jadwin?
Good morning, everyone. Today is going to be about 45 degrees with plenty of sunshine and a little breezy. Here's today's lunch menu.
Thanks, Jadwin. It's now time for our morning announcements. Today we are going to talk about our theme of the month, problem finders and solvers. Good problem solvers are good thinkers. There is a combination of intuition and logic to come up with their solutions. Good problem solvers use both of these to get as much information as they can to come up with the best possible solution.
Every day, all over the world, ordinary people are dreaming up solutions to some of the most difficult challenges facing our planet. From technologies such as LifeStraw, a small water filtration device, to programs like American Forest Global Relief Program, a tree replanting program, we found 4 real-life problems with some pretty great solutions we would like to share with you.
All land managers, owners, and tenants struggle to answer the same question. How can we meet our need for food, fuel, and fiber in a way that's both sustainable and climate resilient? Land is finite, but the demands against it are diverse and growing. Decision makers are now looking for new ways to meet their many national goals and international commitments. Restoring degraded and deforested lands may be one way to meet these seemingly competing needs. Across the planet, more than 2 billion hectares of degraded land offer little for humans or nature. We can bring health and productivity back to these lands and prepare for the needs of the future. But where to start and how to proceed? Introducing the Restoration Opportunity Assessment Methodology, or ROAM in English. ROAM is a flexible framework for identifying restoration opportunities at national and subnational levels. ROAM can help countries, institutions, and individuals identify the best places to begin restoration, as well as what strategies to employ in different regions. ROAM explains how these strategies can serve important goals for rural development, biodiversity conservation, and food, energy, and water security. The process begins when an institution or community that manages land decides they might want to restore a portion of it. They will ask the question, what are the main problems caused by degradation? And they'll try to identify the goals of successful intervention. With these goals in mind, an assessment team can be assembled to facilitate this process, composed of a leader, an economist, a land use specialist, and a social scientist. As ROAM is a bottom-up process, the assessment team will meet right away with key stakeholders and local experts to understand the required scope of the assessment. Will the goal be to improve water flows or to improve crop yields or wildlife habitat? Restoration activities can bring many diverse benefits. Next, the team and its local advisors will identify the kinds of degraded land in the assessment area and determine the most appropriate interventions to restore each type. Then, they will gather and analyze data on the physical and ecological aspects of the land, social and economic factors, and on the policy, legal, and institutional context for restoration. Each kind of analysis will inform the others, with the best available data joining with local knowledge to create a complete picture, even in places where data is missing. Some outputs of ROAM will highlight the costs and benefits of restoration options, the best places to start restoration, and analyses of financial options and policy instruments that need to be strengthened or put in place for success down the road. When their analysis is done, the assessment team will be able to produce maps and reports that can allow decision makers to build a coherent plan for restoration at any scale. These plans can feed into national goals or international commitments. They could also influence land use decisions at the local level. In some cases, new funding for restoration can be unlocked as a result. Rome establishes the knowledge base and collaborative engagement necessary to understand land use trade-offs at a landscape scale and allow any user to begin restoring the health and productivity of degraded areas. Together, we can return a resource-strapped, degrading planet into a vibrant, productive one again.
Behold, the LifeStraw. But where did it come from? Meet Mikkel Vandergaard Fransen, born in Denmark in 1973. Mikkel is the grandson of the founder of Vandergaard Fransen, a family company that got its start manufacturing uniforms in Denmark a little over 50 years ago. After graduating from high school, Mikkel backpacked across the world, searching for the next big business idea. Somewhere amid his globe-trotting adventures, Mikkel was struck by the importance of water, especially clean water. What would the world be like if everyone had access to a reliable supply of uncontaminated water? He found his hidden genius in the LifeStraw. The LifeStraw is basically a human-powered water filter. When a person sucks water into the straw, it passes through several elements. First, water goes through 2 layers of superfine mesh. The spaces in these meshes are tiny enough to stop bacteria. After the water passes through these filters, it enters a chamber of iodine pellets. Then it passes through an empty chamber on the way to the final passage through activated charcoal, which removes the iodine taste. This process eliminates 99.9% of bacteria and viruses, making water much safer for tourists and the millions of people across the world without access to clean water.
It started with a simple idea: safe water and the dignity of a toilet for all. When we saw that 2.4 billion people lacked access to these basic human needs, we at Water.org asked, what can we do about that? We asked, what if Water.org could deliver water and sanitation facilities that would change lives, turning a life of poverty into a life of opportunity? So we did, reaching 1 million people. We then asked, what if Water.org could create a better way for those in need to take charge of their own futures? What if we could multiply the money given to us to reach more people faster? And so we created WaterCredit, connecting lenders of small loans to people who want to help themselves but just need a way to do so. Over the past decade, this reached more than 5 million people. So what will happen next? Let's find out. Thanks.
Water conservation is a hot topic that should be of concern as droughts in the Southwest worsen. Flagstaff's water supply comes from wells that receive precipitation, and the lack of rain and snow we received this year compared to previous years may seem daunting. However, City of Flagstaff's Water Resources Manager Aaron Young says we have nothing to worry about if we continue to conserve water.
We try to look at the water supply as in terms of how sustainable it is. At least for 100 years, we have the water supplies available to meet current and future demands.
Currently, Flagstaff receives its water from the Inner Basin, which pumps nearly 2 million gallons daily. Upper Lake Mary provides 4 to 5 million gallons daily, whereas various wells around Flagstaff provide the rest of our water. Young estimates that a single resident uses around 56 gallons daily. And thanks to our water treatment facilities, water quality is safe and potable.
The general water quality is excellent. Basically, all it requires for treatment is chlorination, and that's just to protect from bacteria.
Young estimates that a single resident uses around 56 gallons daily, but citizens should try to conserve personal water usage in order to meet any potential future city demands.
Shutting off the faucet in your home while you're cooking, brushing your teeth, thinking about how long your showers are. People would be amazed at how much these efforts can reduce water use in the home.
With NAZ Today, I'm Nick Ponticello.
You can find out more about these programs on populationeducation.org, WaterCredit.org, LifeStraw.org, and AFR100.org. That's all for our program today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks everyone, have a great day. Bye!